This lesson is going to be looking at graphing inequalities. So if you're looking at these examples are all written in slope-intercept form. We know the slope is 2 and the intercept is 5. So we always start at the intercept of 5, and then for the next point we go up 2 over 1. And we would continue that way all the way across the grid. So as you can see, the lines are graphed in the same way, but how you connect the points and how you show the inequality is what differs. So if you're looking at connecting the points for the first two on the top are only different because they have the less than and they have the greater than. Remember when we did this with the inequalities that we solved very earlier this year, we had open and closed circles, where the open circles were the greater than or less than, which means they were not part of the solution, and the closed circles were the less than or equal to or the greater than or equal to, which means they were part of the solution. So in order to show that on the grid, you need to have your lines be open and closed. So the way you can draw an open line per se is by drawing a dashed line. So for the first two, the lines connecting those points that you see drawn are going to be dashed. The bottom two are going to be closed lines because they have the greater than or equal to or the less than or equal to. So it's still the same line, except the line is drawn solid. That's the first thing to remember. The second thing to remember is you have to show that this is an inequality, not an equation. So the inequality has multiple solutions. So in the first one, it tells you that y is less than the equation 2x plus 5. So the equation 2x plus 5 is the blue line that's graphed there. So we want to look at the y value. Where is the y less than? If we're looking at the y-axis, right, the y-axis gets larger as it goes higher. So anything that's less than that line would be below that line. So I would then take my pencil and I would shade in all of this graph that is below that line. The one on the right says y is greater. Anywhere that y is greater would be y is being above that line because the y-axis gets greater going up, so I would shade above the line. The same thing on the bottom two, y is less than or equal to, since y is less than that line, I would shade below the line. And the other one, y is greater than or equal to, so I would shade above the line.